to see if we have found anything yet that would tie the cause of the disease spirits to any one individual.
Okay.
We suspect it is somebody to do with the healer and maybe her followers. But the Honorable Orlanthe here is like, well, we can't just start killing them until we have more evidence. So that's what we're looking. So that's kind of what we're looking for.
Okay, so it's not really a decision. It's let's look for more evidence.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right.
And we found
And that's what I was saying. We could. The decision was: do we have enough evidence yet, or do we need to look for more?
well, if we could find someone, the fetishes got there somehow, or totems. If we could catch someone placing a new totem there, that would give us a bunch of information.
Yeah.
If we found more of the townsfolk who are possessed but not suffering from disease, we can question them and find out if they were healed by the healer. If so, that would again cause me to concern about, all right, why do they have disease spirits when they've been healed?
Yeah, that's odd. I totally agree. So okay, yeah, that all sounds good to me. Lacking any further direction, I'm not sure what other direction we could take. So I guess we're going back to town and investigating further.
Well,
Yeah.
so Mr. GM, we're going to go back to the gate.
Okay.
And assuming we get there unmolested, we will use the badges of authority we got to see if they'll let us in.
Okay.
I'm going to go say goodnight to the wife. I'll be back in a few. Continue on.
Okay. Let's go.
So just as an FYI to everyone, I'm kind of in the middle of a negotiation that may or may not continue tonight. We'll see how it plays out, but it may be that I have to step away for a minute or two.
Okay.
Just
Be prepared.
yeah.
Okay.
It's also possible we may encounter another group heading for the healers, by the way.
Yeah. That would be interesting.
Well, we should move quietly then, because we don't want to spook anybody, right?
Yeah. About moving quietly.
Some of them can't.
Right.
Well, just don't move then. I mean, if we see people somewhere, let's go quiet and just let them pass.
I can move quietly 3 out of every 100 times.
Yeah. So those of you who can't move quietly will stay back while the one person who has that capability, oh wait, they died.
Yep.
I don't know. Okay, whatever.
I don't know for sure, but I would hope that Subutai is the one that can.
Yeah, he's dead.
Since he's a hunter.
He's dead.
Yeah, Subutai's dead.
Oh, that's right. He's dead. Not Subutai, then the other. He's a hunter too, right?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. Well, Miriam's a shaman. Shamans walk like the spirits walk, quietly, right?
Send our defenseless shaman out. We could send the, it'd be better to send the fetch, but I'm not quite sure how that works either.
It is very
So,
confusing. But can you see the map?
Yep.
yeah.
You see the little hand?
I
Yep.
do see the hand.
Okay, that's Roomgate,
Not quite
right?
yet.
Yep.
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 Up here is Horsetown.
Uh-huh.
Right, yeah.
You guys are along this road, right about here.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
So the safest way to get back to Roomgate is to travel on the road.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Because it's very well marked. Yeah, it's nighttime,
Mhm.
but there's stars out, that kind of thing. In fact, what phase of the moon is it?
Right. Do we know about the place right above the hand?
Nope.
It says Chaos Ground?
It
Yeah, that
is
one.
half empty. The moon is half empty.
Okay.
Because where was the healer place?
Right near the hand.
A little further off into the. She's off this way a little bit though.
Yeah. If we
Like-
know about Chaos Ground, that
We
would also
don't.
be suspicious. Okay. All right.
Could we can make an intelligence times 3 roll though.
Okay.
All right. So dice roller coming up. Let's see if I remember how to do this again. Asterisk, right?
Dice, yes.
1D100. No.
Nope.
Pete,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Intel
What?
times 3.
What's that?
Intel times 3.
Actually, I do make that.
Or int times 3.
I have a decent chance, but nope, not with a 90.
I succeeded.
100.
I have a normal success.
Not with an 83.
I
Okay,
have a
so
51.
two of you made it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You do recall that when the Crimson Bat came and crushed Roomgate, it was
Uh-huh.
wounded, and a drop of blood landed out here near Old Top as well. So we can assume this Chaos Grounds is probably what they call that spot where the blood drop hit.
Okay.
Okay.
Plus, who was at the Battle of Queens? Anybody? Arestra, you were at the Battle of Queens, right?
It was, yes.
Yes, that was all here at Old Top anyway, so you would have known about some stuff up here as well.
Okay.
Battle.
I
Yes,
think I was there.
the player didn't remember where that battle was in relation to Roomgate, but that's good
Yeah.
to know. Yes.
Yeah, it was at Two Sisters, right?
That's where they crossed, was at Two Sisters, yeah. And
Yeah.
the
I'm
Kalimar
pretty sure-
tribe set up here on this side of Old Top.
Right.
Pretty sure. Oh, this is Pete's new character, isn't it? So never mind.
Right.
Well,
The other character had been here as well. Lars was here as well.
Yeah, Anglar would have been, yes.
I didn't roll that one up.
It happened in gameplay.
Yeah.
Oh, gameplay.
Okay, so as we're starting to turn and walk away from the hut, I'll mention, I seem to recall that when the Crimson Bat destroyed Runegate, it was wounded. And nearby here somewhere is a drop of blood the demon let fall. It's not too far from here, I'm sure.
Ah,
Hmm.
well, that explains why this healer is here. Maybe that's enough evidence for us to go and kill her.
Yep, by association.
Wow.
You live near a bad place. You are
Wow.
bad.
Maybe,
No?
maybe,
Okay.
maybe. That's a lot of maybes.
I judge from your look that that's not the case.
I think you need to roll against your
companion.
honor. Wow.
I think that might be a stretch. Now, if I had proof of, yeah, wait a minute, the ground's miscolored, and yeah, this is demon blood. That might convince me too.
Okay.
But
What if?
Exactly.
Uh,
Pretty tenuous connections there.
yeah,
Either
so
that
far
or
I think so.
Restra's going to do a fast talk.
Yeah, you say the same thing about Horsetown. Everybody in Horsetown must be evil because they live near the Chaos Ground.
Yeah.
And they have horses.
That's right.
Yeah.
They obviously eat grass from the Chaos Grounds.
Oh.
Well, maybe the grass is what's used to make those totems.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was grass in the totems, right? Grass and tree bark, right?
And
Yeah.
something else, I think.
Oh,
It
that's
came
right.
from-
And something else. That's right. Something to glue it all together.
Yeah.
That
You know, if we had somebody that was very knowledgeable with plants, we could have invested, and maybe they could have figured out whether they came from the Chaos Ground. But
Yeah.
well, you take it over.
hey,
I think we still need more information
okay.
for me to condone any violence upon this healer yet.
Okay.
So we're gonna head back
Well-
to Runegate. Is that right?
That's right.
Yeah. Now, just out of curiosity, none of us have been possessed yet by disease spirits, correct?
Not by disease spirits, no.
Okay.
But you've come into
But-
contact with disease.
And yes, I remember
Yeah.
some people had to make rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Two
Yes.
of them, I think, are
I'm-
still sick.
In fact, that reminds me, everybody
I'm still
needs to make a
shaking a little bit.
Constitution times 5 roll.
Say again.
I'm-
Who? What?
I'm
Everybody.
sorry, guys.
Everybody needs to
I'm
make
sorry.
a Constitution times 5 roll.
Everybody?
Everybody.
Now? What for? What do we do? We didn't contact nobody.
Let's see.
Oh,
Con.
I've got a 38.
five?
Good.
Yep.
No, 85 is not good enough.
Okay, Jarstikos. Anybody else, miss?
I succeeded.
I succeeded.
Con 5. Oh,
Let me guess. Con times 4, right?
I believe that's what's next.
Well, nice knowing you guys.
No, it's still con times 5.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Yes, make it. No problem.
Okay.
you get a small taste of it.
Roll a d4 for
Yeah.
me.
All right, see, now I'm using the stupid dice roller. 2.
Okay. You lose 1 point of dexterity.
Okay.
You're in a
That's shakes,
shaking,
right?
You're shaking a little like I am.
A mild case of the shakes.
I also failed.
You did. Roll again.
Oh, 2 diseases.
I failed again.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Restore health.
One more.
13. That's a success.
So you only missed twice then.
Correct.
So that's an acute case. Roll a
Goes from
d4
mild to
for me.
acute.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Roll a d4 for me. Yeah, it
Thank
goes from
you.
mild to acute, yes.
Wow.
4.
Did you lose a point of constitution already?
Yes. I have chills.
Okay. Lose 1 point of intelligence.
Ow!
Okay.
Not good for his type. Oh, rune magic.
And what's this called?
Brain fever.
Either.
Right.
I thought I picked that one.
So now you're chilly. You're both chilly and have a fever.
Okay.
That's not good.
Not at all.
And you're fairly certain that you picked that up
Just now.
from, well, not just now, but from interactions at the hut.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So
So they don't have symptoms, but they do have disease spirits, and they can pass them along.
Yes.
That
Oh,
is what it
that's-
looks like.
that's not healing. That is a very, very subtle way of spreading disease.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Just like those totems they just leave laying around.
Uh-huh.
Well, we may have to go and, like you say, find those healing spirits at the temple.
Okay, so we're going to be heading towards Runegate, correct?
Correct.
Everybody can make a listen and a scan roll. I just need to know if you made a special or better.
Ooh, somebody got a 1.
That was Davin. I got a 5.
Wow, you guys got 2 special and a crit.
Let's see. The first one, what was the first one you asked us
Listen.
to do? Listen? I'm not sure mine's even a special. I only have a 35%. The 5 is special? I don't have the screen in front of me.
Yeah. Yes, because
Okay.
it's a 7 or less, I think.
All right.
Well, I thought Davin got a 1.
That's a crit.
Yeah, that's what he wanted to know. Specials and crit.
All right. And after scan was, or after listen was scan?
Yep.
Yeah. So 30 is 40. That means 8.
Nope.
I have 2 normal successes, but no specials.
Okay. Jarstakos, was your scan a regular success?
Was it 73?
Okay.
No.
Probably not. And David?
I have a special or a critical success on the scan.
Okay. As you start walking down, as you all start, excuse me, walking down the road, Jarstakos says, "Hey, I hear something behind us." And as you turn, David can see a group of people heading off to the northeast towards the woods.
Okay.
Is that like towards where the healer's hut was?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. So I'll point them out and motion everyone to be quiet and let's let them get a ways ahead of us so that we don't spook them, but still be able to follow them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how far second sight goes. It's ranged, however far that is.
quick question, Miriam. Can you sense where your fetch is? Do you know where it is when it's not nearby?
Yes.
So the fetch could follow them, and we could follow at a distance, just following the fetch.
That's true.
The way I understand the game mechanic is, since the fetch had to come into the material world, then it can be seen.
I think it has second sight, just like you do. So
Yep.
I think it can see people on the material plane without it having to be present, right?
Hmm.
It only
That's the way
needs to do that to attack.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, let's clarify. Is that a correct understanding, Brian?
The middle world and the spirit world are very close together, but they're not exactly the same. So if you were to say summon the fetch, manifest the fetch, right? So it can see on the
Mhm.
material plane where it is, and then discorporate back, it could follow along anything it had a track on with the second sight, yes. But to just say, go and find these folks, it could get lost. Does that make sense?
Well, I guess I'm a little bit confused. The fetch is here with us now.
Is it manifest still?
can-
It was standing by the door when we were in the woods waiting.
But then it came back to the group.
Yeah, that's when we closed down.
So that's the question, is it still manifest? Because it's still manifest, you can point, okay, there's the group, go follow them. And then it could discorporate, because it's already got a track on them, and then follow from the spirit plane. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It sounds like what we want to do. Assuming that Miriam is willing to have her fetch do that.
Oh yeah, I'm just reading here about second sight.
Okay.
It says that the adventurer can use second sight to target spells and blows against enemies in the dark. Yeah.
Cool.
They may not attempt to dodge or parry any blow received from that enemy. Oh. Yeah, that's right. You stand there basically at the wall. Yeah, I was going to suggest that the fetch or me with the second sight try to determine this group's. They have disease spirits and power levels.
Yep.
So is that what you want to do?
I think Pete asked a question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I did.
I don't. It sounded like you were questioning
I said that's
power levels and diseases.
Oh, that's
And
what I said. I will use the fetch to go use second sight like I would to determine if they have diseases, spirit diseases, and what power levels they have.
There are 22 folks
Wow.
heading out.
22 folks. They all come out of the hut.
No, they're heading towards that area. From, it looks like, Horsetown.
Then I think Pete's question is, does the fetch see any disease spirits? If I understand the question correctly.
And yes, they all have passive possessions of disease spirits of some sort.
They seem to be walking normally as if they're not influenced by or under the affliction of a disease.
Well, you can't tell that from this distance in the dark.
Okay.
But if
Well, that's not
every
true.
one of
Some
them,
people you can tell. Some people are obviously very sick.
They're probably going to be healed like you two guys were. But you weren't judged worthy, were you?
Right. We weren't willing to worship her spirit.
No, you weren't worthy to take a secret oath not to divulge it.
Right. That's it.
Keeping sacred things sacred.
Oaths were
That's true.
well, 22 plus the other three, that's 25. It's a sizable portion of the town. What do they do? Open the gates for them and let them out?
Horsetown. They came from Horsetown.
As opposed from Roomgate.
okay, so Horsetown also is suffering.
And they also have knowledge of the healer.
Yeah. So healers set up shop, healing Horsetown, healing Runegate.
You have to remember the distance between Horsetown and Roomgate is just a few miles.
Yeah. Chances are, I would say, any village to the north probably has people coming to see this healer as well. They all have disease spirits.
Some
So
have
these
more than one.
people feel no effects, but they could also spread disease, huh? Unknowingly.
Yeah.
That's fairly insidious, as they
I've never heard of a healing god or goddess or spirit that would leave a disease spirit.
That would what?
That would leave a disease spirit intact.
Oh,
Because the spirit, as long as you're possessed by a spirit, you suffer from the disease, or could. So maybe
You're
she has a
supposed
way
to.
of nullifying. Yeah, this healer may be able to nullify that power. But that's not healing. It's just putting you in a position that you are a carrier, or it's a remission. But what happens if you stop healing or worshiping this spirit or this god? Does that mean the disease spirit becomes active again?
Don't know.
Where is a Solana Roy priestess when you need one?
Right.
Back to the third one.
How long has she been dead?
I don't say anything. I just hold my axe and run my thumb along its blade.
We observed the body of the priestess, right?
You did, yes.
Yeah, we came really close to being able to bring her back.
Oh, I didn't think of it.
Just failed to make.
Can I ask if it was worthwhile burning my one use resurrect on that?
That's right. We discussed that.
Right. But I had to do the heal body first, and I failed the room test.
Oh, okay. So that's why.
So that's why.
Okay.
I would have done that, and you would have brought her back to life. But I failed, so we decided that the gods had decided.
She was too far chopped up.
That she had been too far gone.
Heal. I do have restore health also.
Oh, really? Restore health does what? Allows us to recover?
Lets you recover your lost characteristic points.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Does not cure a disease. I need to figure out how. I need to learn cure disease.
Well, there's a skill,
Right.
or treat disease it's called.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a cure disease rune.
Yeah, okay. Is that available to your cult?
Everything's available. I just have.
Oh, that's it's a common one then. Okay.
I don't know if it's common or not. Let me see.
But he's a shaman. All the
I have
spells are available. He just has to find a spirit that will teach it to him.
keys and get an
Okay,
answer.
that's true.
Teach it to me.
Or, he needs to find a spirit and beat it out of him until he gives it to him. One way or the other.
See you. Oh wait, maybe it is a spirit magic. Nope, it's a rune magic. Okay. Heal wound. Spirit. So you guys wanted to follow these 22 people?
Well, that's kind of a large following now.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a bit much for us to take on.
Yeah.
The only
Wait. Are you thinking of attacking these 25 people?
No.
Well, that's what I was
No.
saying. That's why I was saying it's a bit much for us to take on, which is why the question is if we're following, we could follow them, but I'm not sure to what point, since we're not going to fight them. I mean, we could fight them, but I don't think that's the correct answer.
The rooster wants to fight anything. Huh?
Well,
It just
yeah.
occurs to me that everything's in relation to do we hit it or not?
Right. Well, that is rather my.
Your thing, I get it. So if we can't hit it, there's no point in following it.
Well, I'm saying that's fine. I'm perfectly happy to follow it. I don't know what we're going to do when we get there, but I'm sure you'll let me know. I mean, are we curious to have the fetch spy on them and see what happens? Because that might be of useful information.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of, I think, evidence that points towards this healer, in the fact that disease is quite rampant in this area. So either this healer has come to try to actually cure it, or she is tied into this somehow.
Right.
And the only person that would be able to tell for sure whether she was actually good or not is dead now.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if that was
Which no doubt is why she's dead now.
But you had a good point about going finding healing spirits.
Yep. We can head and see if there are healing spirits at the temple. I'm not sure we would be able to contact them. The shaman probably could.
Let's stay focused. Do one thing and stop being distracted by passers.
Okay, so Pete's vote is to go back to town and look for healing spirits. Is that what I'm hearing?
I think I'll second that.
Okay. All right. Let's do that then.
Okay.
Yes, I think we can reasonably make the assumption that this group is going off to the healer, and whatever's going to happen would be no different than what happened with the two that we went there with.
Yeah.
So I can see where there's, and again, since we're not going to fight them, it does make good sense that there's no reason really to follow them. We might as well go back to town.
Right.
I agree. Okay, makes sense to me.
Okay.
Who won? Oh.
She doesn't deserve it at all. She's a bitch. It was a big.
Okay. Get back to Roomgate without any complications.
Okay. Well, we're going. Are we allowed into the gate? Through the gate.
Okay, you walk up to the gate, you pound, 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 pound. Guard, let us in.
Maybe the guard was part of the 22.
And a guard will open the gate saying, "Who comes to disturb us in the night?"
We will show them our badges. Say we are officials of the city. Let us in.
One of them will carefully take a look at, then bring a lamp over. And they'll talk amongst themselves. Yeah, that's the thing that Jaros is talking about. And so they'll go ahead and step back out of the way and allow you to enter.
Excellent.
So I can think of three things we can do from this point. We can go back to the center of town and see if they're, and ask the guard around the fetch if there's anything going on. We can seek to find Savros or the Thane's daughter and ask them if they have any news. Or we can go straight to the inn where we're spending the night.
What time of night do we expect it to be?
Right now, it is getting towards 9.
Oh, that's
Okay. I like the idea of finding
It did start
Severus.
getting dark at 5.
Okay. Let's go over to and I forgot what it's called, but the main hall.
Well, we can ask here at the guards. Where would we find Severus at this hour?
Even better. Good idea.
Yeah, at this hour at
The main hall?
the meeting hall.
Okay. Good call. Now, we go right by the temple that we wanted to examine
This is the
on the way to
Lampreter
the meeting hall.
And this is the meeting hall. So yes.
So since
No
we're
picture at the
walking,
moment.
I'm sorry, what?
Maybe I need to press the button. Never mind. My fault.
So since we're walking, we're right by it. Why don't we just step in and look for the healing spirits that were thought of earlier?
Mhm.
Since we're right here.
Right, how do I get back to?
There we go.
All right.
Okay. Miriam. Make a power times 3 roll.
I forgot. I finally found out what this melding is.
Melding?
Spirit melding. Okay.
That's where you get Icaro spirit.
Okay.
Okay, power times what?
3.
No, sure. Power times 3. Not even close. Not even. What's the fumble? 97 a fumble?
No.
Can't fumble this.
Well, you can, but 97 on the fumbles for feels down.
30 or less.
Okay. Doing a power
Now, this
check.
being a temple, you would normally expect to find spirits here, right?
Right.
But there do not seem to be any at this time.
That's interesting.
I don't like that. But
Could have something to do with the violence that occurred recently.
Okay.
Like it's been desecrated.
Oh.
That's possible.
makes sense.
Okay, this is the Lightbringers Temple.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
All right. I would like to visit the Shrine of Orlanthus because I
Okay.
imagine they have one.
Yes, they do.
And I will humble myself and pray.
Okay. And when you go in, you will notice that it has been cleaned up.
Okay.
What's everybody else going to do while Jarstakos offers up his sacraments to Orlanth?
I'll do the same. I'll find the Linker My Shrine and genuflex there.
Excellent. Okay.
And while they all go in, since I'm not a light bringer or whatever, I'm going to stand right outside the door
Mhm.
and look out over the market square towards where the fetish or totem or whatever it was laying and was being guarded, and see if there's any activity going on over there.
There is still a guard there with a lamp.
Okay. Good. That's satisfactory from my standpoint. I'll just wait.
Okay.
Keep an eye on things.
Mm-hmm. Miriam, what do you want to be doing?
Well, I'd love to figure out how to learn the rune magic spell cure disease. That means I have to do all that summoning ancestor, etc. I don't know, is that can only be done during between seasons?
If you do a summon ancestor, no, that does not need to be done between seasons. But when you summon an ancestor, unless you have some specific ancestor, you're going to get a random ancestor.
I can summon specific ancestor too. And they stack. I think I cast both of them, right? And then the third one is summon spirit teacher. I think they all stack on each other. All right.
When you're doing that,
This
I will
must
be
be
back.
stacked with a 1-point summon ancestor. Okay. So the spirit summon can teach spells, give information, act as a shaman's fetch for the length of the spell. It allows for rapid teaching of spells to be learned in one day. It may be stacked with summon specific ancestor. But do I eventually have to learn names of ancestors? How do I know what ones are specific?
Well, when you summon an ancestor, just the generic one,
Right.
you can then identify that as a specific ancestor.
Well, there is a spell called summon.
Right, but summon specific ancestor have to have ancestors specifically designated as. I know this ancestor.
Right. And I'm trying to think for character development. Didn't I roll up here? Let me see.
You wouldn't have any yet, no.
Ooh, my grandmother. She was a healer.
Oh,
That might be a good one.
No, that's true.
Anyway, apparently it takes a day, so I don't probably something to do in the morning.
okay.
Well, I mean, to learn the specifics takes a day. So Brian is a I do summons ancestor, and then I cast summon spirit teacher on top of it. It looks like the friendly, neutral, or malign role
Mm-hmm.
it takes place afterwards.
After the summoning, yes. Oh, who'd we lose? Was that me?
No,
Yep.
I hear you.
Oh, it's the host
That was the
machine.
It's the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, the master host. Yep.
After giving commands to the spirit, providing it is friendly.
There you go to come back.
I see the battle map, but not the town. Oh, so hang on. Maybe I'm in just in.
No, it has to do with the screen being shut off.
Okay.
There we go. Here it comes. There we go.
Yep.
Oh,
Why do you get the feeling if we were in a convention, we're losing?
a convention.
Nobody's
Yeah,
dead.
this was. Well, it depends what you're talking about. I remember at the beginning of the scenario, a couple people died. All right.
Yes, has been all disease things, but spirits that possess the dark trolls that killed two of our guys.
Yep.
Ancestral spirit spells. I guess that's if you.
Okay. Pete, on the summon specific ancestor.
Yes. And then there's
It
also
calls a specific ancestor spirit already known to the summoner. Now, just because you know your grandmother does not mean you know your grandmother's spirit. Does that make sense?
so it just takes over time. I get to know more and more spirits.
Right. Plus, you can go on a spirit journey to the underworld and go and find her. But that's, an in-between sessions kind of thing.
That's what I thought. Yeah. But summon spirit teacher, is that only used for the journey thing?
So the spirit teacher spell allows the spirit that you summon to teach you a spell
Oh,
or
right.
act as a fetch or give you information. If you just summon a straight ancestor, Then,
But it says here for summons spirit teacher, it must be stacked 1 point summons ancestors.
right, yeah, that's true, yes.
All right.
Because if you just summon an ancestor, they cannot teach you magic.
Right.
They
But
cannot
you have
act
to
as a
ask for,
fetch.
and you can ask
Right.
for information types.
But it can cast spells that it knows.
Right.
You can command it to engage in spirit combat against a foe.
Yeah, but I have a fetch for that too. Well, I can see the utility. You know, you get if we have like 4 or 5 spirits out there attacking, someone will help. Anyway, but for teaching, it's a spirit teacher.
That's right. That's the easiest way to learn spells for a shaman, is to do the summon spirit teacher, which takes, the summon
A day.
ancestor stacked,
Yeah.
and
So I
then it
have to
allows
burn
rapid
3.
teaching of spells.
So I have to burn 3 rune points, and then is it a roll to find out if, or is the one that, if I'm saying, hey, I want to learn cure disease.
The only spells that ancestor spirits teach are spirit magic spells. They don't teach rune magic spells.
Oh, so how do you learn new? That's where you have to burn rune point power. Between seasons, you burn power, and you can learn rune magic.
Yes.
Okay.
But the rune magic you learn is based on your cult. So that's Dakafal. And I don't believe Dakafal has cure disease. Now, that's not to say that you can't become an initiate of Shalana Roy.
I thought Dr. Fall. Well, maybe not. Let me see. Okay, well, I'm taking up too much time here for that. Press on.
Yeah, okay.
As a quick side note, Pete,
Yeah.
if you do decide to take on another deity, you're going to have to track your rune points separately. Because
I wasn't planning. I don't think.
well, that's how you would get the cure disease as a rune spell, and it's a separate rune point pool for that deity.
Right. But if you were able to go to the underworld and find your grandmother and identify her as a specific ancestor, then you could summon her later and have her cast this spell.
Yeah. So the game mechanic was between seasons. I do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll try to do that.
All right, so that's the plan would be then between seasons he would go to the other world, the ancestor develop cure disease, then come back to the mortal world, summon that ancestor, and ask that ancestor to cure disease.
Right.
Basically.
Okay.
There's also someone said there's treat disease.
That's a skill.
There's a skill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I can do that right now. Spirit magic.
And in due course, we all might recover anyway. So.
Do you recover automatically?
Well, there are chances to recover. You roll every time you have a.
Right.
Depending upon the seriousness of the disease, you roll every so often to recover.
No treat.
Right.
Or get worse.
Right. And what treat disease does is it helps your roll, basically. If the disease is being successfully treated, you're more likely to succeed in your recovery roll.
Yep.
And that's what? Rune magic?
No, that's a skill. If you have the skill, treat disease.
It's a skill.
If you have the skill, treat disease, that helps when the person is trying to recover. It increases their chance of recovery.
Okay. It's always worth trying, isn't it?
Right.
Because according to Barbara, who was Adam,
All right, so we're here at this temple. Two people
Mhm.
went to their shrines and they're praying.
Yep.
getting that vibe again.
Arestra is what, standing guards?
That again.
Yeah.
I think he was.
Just keeping an eye on things outside.
Hey, baby boy. How's Willy Wonka? Willy Wonka. You're gonna get a new arm. Yeah, you need a new one too.
Okay. Anything else here?
I'm here.
I mean, at the temple. Anything else at the temple?
Strange, there's no temple spirits.
Right, they fled.
So perhaps there's a lower, their priestess is gone, right? But what about, do they have any initiates around here?
I would imagine
would
there are a
assume
number of
so.
initiates, yes. How many I couldn't tell you.
Well, we could always ask the initiates, because if they're initiates of Shannon Roy, they may know about disease as well.
Maybe.
So, do I give up a magic point to Orlance at this point?
Sure. Yeah. Do it.
Okay. Done.
Roll for meditation or whatever.
Okay.
That's me talking. I don't know if that's true.
Nope. Evidently, I can't concentrate as much as I need to.
Cult, spirit magic,
So what are we doing?
favored.
Oh.
I know they want to check the temple here for healing spirits, and they didn't find any. And then I
Okay.
think heading to the meeting hall next to try and find Severos.
Okay, let's do it.
Yep.
Okay, so you head across the.
We head across, yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Being careful to not go too close to the fetch that's laying in the ground in the middle
Fetish.
of
Yep.
the.
Words mean things, and a fetch is a thing in RuneQuest.
It is.
So I call it a totem.
Totem is probably
It does. Easier to keep straight.
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay, a guard will answer the door. Yes. What business have you at the Great Hall?
Who brought us here? Or who's here? All four of us?
Yeah, everybody's there.
Yep.
Yeah, we're
Everybody's
all
here.
there. I'm not sure who the speaker for the group is. That's
Let's
part
see.
of it.
It's communications.
As there's a pause, I'm going to pull out my little disc and say, we need to speak with Severos, please.
I'll
There
bring
you
up a
go.
light and take a look at it. Oh, you folks, yes. Come in. They'll
Thank
stand
you.
aside. Again, it's a
So
long
much the
hall, still kind of smoky, that kind of thing. Towards the far end is a table. Severos and this man and lady are just discussing things in general. Everyone can make An intelligence times 5 roll.
I made it.
I have a normal success.
Okay.
I succeed.
As do I.
Okay. Well, this man and woman appear to be brother and sister. They're definitely both Humakti.
Cool.
Oh.
And who are these two?
They're folks talking with Severos.
Oh, people
And as you're
talking.
coming up, you kind of see and look at me. They look familiar, or not familiar. They look similar. So I think they must be brother and sister kind of thing. But they are Humaktis. And Severos will greet you and say, "It's late. What have you found?"
I'll kind of slip into second sight while those guys are talking.
Mhm.
Okay, there is
Yeah.
nobody here that has disease spirit.
Okay, that's good to know.
There are a couple other guards here as well. They're towards the center. There's a fire. They're sitting there by that.
We were actually going to ask if you would known if any further totems had been found in the town.
Arestra, go ahead and make a power times 3 roll.
Power times 3. Power? The power of your personality.
That'd be charisma.
I succeed. I have rolled a 21.
Okay. He will tell you that there were a handful of folks who actually did go out searching, but they were not able to find any more totems
Okay.
so far.
But we did find 4, right? 1 each gate.
The party
One at
did
each gate.
find one at each gate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they've all been disposed of except for the one that's still sitting in the middle of the
The middle of the square.
Well, the middle of the market square. Yep.
The triangular
So-
square.
Yeah.
Yes,
I think
the
we
market
can go ahead and
triangle.
destroy
The
that
market
one.
triangle, but, you know.
I don't know that we need to allow that to continue to possibly infect people. So it should be destroyed and disposed of. I think people have had enough time to
Right.
figure out what
Look
these
for-
things are and to look for them. Let's not
Okay.
tie up the soldier any longer than is absolutely necessary. But we also wanted to report on our activities from the day.
Yes, excellent. What did you find?
Well, as it happens, there's something kind of disturbing going on. There are people walking around town who are, in fact, possessed of disease spirits, but are not exhibiting symptoms. They are, however, and I sniffle.
At that, he'll step back.
Yeah, it's evident to us that they are infectious. That is to say, even though the healer has prevented the disease from manifesting in them, they are very clearly infecting those around them. We are examples of this, I believe. So this is very odd, and we can't make sense of it. Further, she seems to be holding services in a hut outside of town, and we in fact saw people from Horsetown headed towards her hut. In fact, a good number of them, some 20 or so, as we were leaving that area.
Okay, he seems quite taken aback about people being possessed with disease spirits, but not manifesting any disease.
As
People from
as for
Horsetown doesn't seem to bother him so much because, everybody's got family in the
That's the
area.
house.
That can happen, right? But it is unusual that there's so many going out to this hut. Perhaps he should go and investigate.
Well, we can show you where it's at. It is. It's further strange in that, in talking to her, she asked us if we would keep secrets, if we would keep a secret, and that she would provide the same protection that she's offered the others, but that she wouldn't identify who she worships, other than to say the kindly one, whom I've never heard of.
And does she have ruins, tattoos that we recognize?
On her?
Yeah. I don't recall.
No, just some standard elemental runes kind of thing. David, go ahead and make a power times 3 roll for me.
Miss.
Okay. That is strange.
You could, and I'm going to say, I'm sure we would be happy to help, but you could go to a large party and seize her and question her yourself.
Will you show me the way?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Okay. So he will gather up a handful of guards, plus a 2 Humakti, and off y'all go.
So as we go, I'm going to introduce myself to the two Hamakti. As we're walking along.
Which one?
The two of them together.
Oh,
Hi,
together?
I mean, David.
Oh, they will introduce themselves. They're a bit brusque, but
Hamakti.
yeah. Darius, which is the guy, is more talkative than Delegia, who is the girl.
Okay.
They're both wearing, standard Kerbal stuff. He's got broadsword and shield and a spear. She has a great sword and an axe. Linthorax and Kirbolli is what they're wearing. There we go.
Wow.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Now 3 points.
It's good stuff.
Well, yeah. Some of us who have no armor whatsoever.
That's true. Okay, it is getting really, really late by the time you get to the hut again.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And there is nobody there.
Okay, well, I'm
He'll
puzzled.
go up, he'll pound on the door. Open
There
the
were
name of
25 people.
Green Gate, and there's no sound or anything.
Mm-hmm.
They'll pop the door open, and it is empty. There is nobody here.
We look for trapdoors.
Let's look around. Let's search.
I'll cast lantern
Yep.
on my shield,
You
so
search. Maybe you can
we have light.
maybe you can use your second sight. Maybe also ask your fetch to look around.
Sure.
Okay, make your rolls.
What's that?
Search. But you don't need to
Search.
make that unless you're actually searching Miriam.
Search roll.
I missed.
I failed. I have a good
Search roll?
Yeah, perhaps I should roll those things for you guys. So you don't know. Except that we're using the roller, so everybody knows, right?
Right.
Well, you can roll it secretly yourself.
I could.
I mean, you can roll it and I say who it was.
If you want to re-roll, I'd be happy to let you roll for me.
That's okay. Okay, standard small one-room house. The door you came in, and then there is a door on the other side. There's a small hearth, a cooking pot, the drying plants. We mentioned that before, right?
No.
Plants drying
No.
from the ceiling.
All right. Well, let's look at those plants.
I want to open the other door.
Go ahead.
Well, she's a healer, right?
Yeah,
So
while they're looking at the plants, I open. That can all be done simultaneous.
Yep.
I would think.
I
Yeah,
can
look at
do a
plants.
plant lore.
definitely check out the plants. Yes.
I will roll a plant lore.
I would like to roll my alchemy.
Okay. In a restaurant, when you open the door, it's just the back of the area.
30.
Okay, I walk out there and look around. Not that I can see much in the dark.
Okay, go make a search roll. Did you make the alchemy?
Okay.
No.
Oh. Plant lore, did you make plant lore?
No,
Oh, okay.
these plants are mysterious to me.
Well, some are
And
common.
I have just a normal search roll.
And that's a cult spell too.
Okay, you do find out there a path that comes around from the one, from the other side of the house, kind of thing. And this is wide enough for a cart. In fact, yeah, it's wide enough for a cart
Okay.
that goes off into the woods and then back towards the road.
I call back into the house and tell them what I see. Hey, there's a cart track leading away back towards the road from back here. And I stand out there and look around while they finish what they're doing.
And there are no spirits here other than the people who are here searching.
Well, I'll ask aloud. Looking up at the herbs, anyone recognize any of these?
Miriam does not. Other than some common ones. I mean, there's, sage, thyme, normal kinds of herbal stuff.
I was trying to get the NPCs to roll their herb lore.
Oh, they don't have herb lore.
Plant lore. Plant lore.
Plant lore. That's kind of a specific sort of skill.
Farmer.
It's a cult skill for me.
Yep.
And there's no checkbox by it. So
Most farmers have that as a background skill.
yeah, who's a farmer?
And that's a pretty common thing. I mean, it may not be high, but
I mean, I've got a 10% chance. Would you want me to roll, Brian, or would you want to make my roll?
Go ahead, roll.
Okay. All right. Dice roller. Not been kind to me yet. Nope. Missed it by a bunch. I don't recognize these plants.
At least the unusual ones.
Right. But I will take a little bit of each of them, because even if I don't recognize them, healers should, if these are healing plants.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the initiates at Shiradaroi Temple might help us out on that regard.
yeah, there's other temples also that have healers. There's other people we can go to.
Okay.
There are priests all over.
Not saying we can't. I'm just thinking, like, since I'm a light bringer, I tend to think of Solana as the main one. I
look over my shoulder and say, that makes me think. Not that any of us are expert at such things, but does any of those materials look like the ones that we saw in the totems?
Mm. Yeah. Any of
Everybody
that
can make an
sneaky stuff.
intelligence ×3 roll.
Binding.
Okay.
Intelligence ×3.
Oh, I made that. Oh, wait, that's not me. Hang on.
Yeah. 10.
I have a normal
Uh,
success.
57,
I've rolled about half of my.
I got a special.
There you go.
Ooh.
Gotta roll awful low for that.
So I made my roll.
Yeah, and I made my roll just
I
normal.
think so.
Okay.
I'm going to check the chamber pot. I bet there's something in there that's
All right. Well, that's a useful piece of knowledge there. Oh well.
Okay.
somebody specialed that, right?
Yep, I did.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's so no connection to the herbs and the totems. Okay.
No, there's not. But you can tell.
That we can tell.
I'm still taking a little bit of each of them though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Let's see. Now, someone mentioned there was a cart path in the back.
Yep.
See, and I'm
Head to that
probably
first row.
I'm familiar with definitely chariots and other modes of transportation. I can take a look and see how recent the last tracks have been. Possibly.
Just a
So
second,
I will
guys. I'm
go out
looking
and
something up.
examine. Okay.
Well,
Let's
25
bring-
people presumably came through here recently. Where the heck did they go?
Back to
Wherever they
Horstown,
get healed.
Well, that was
the-
here, wasn't it?
They
Yeah, the
came.
serv-
They came here. They had their ceremony. They went back to Horstown, and the healer
Or-
got on the cart and rode away. I don't,
Yeah.
you know.
Or they went somewhere else to hold the services because it was too big to be held here.
That's an idea too. So I think Sactos has an idea. Let's at least get some light out here so that he can look around and.
I have lantern on my sheet.
Okay, there you go.
We got light.
Have Jacardos take a look around and see what he can tell.
Okay. I will examine the width of the cart path, try to determine what type of vehicle it was, or come here on a regular basis, and possibly try to figure out when the last time a vehicle was here.
Or if there are like 20, 25 feet paths walking away down it or something.
Yep, that's true too.
Well, Severos will recognize whatever it was that Jarstakos pulled down. Say, oh, you don't want to touch that. That can get you sick.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I don't have a name for it right now.
Okay. I will
How
start
about
showing them the
poisonous plant?
I will also show him the other ones that are in the back here.
But he didn't recognize any others other than the common ones that everybody recognized.
Okay.
Okay.
So is there
The cart.
a medicinal purpose for a plant like that?
He doesn't know. He's not that knowledgeable on the plant. He just knows that it can make you sick.
Okay.
Okay.
So we have, I'm sorry, hang on. We have other people in the party with first aid, and I've got alchemy. Now that it's been identified, can we test our knowledge to know whether this is a potentially? I'm trying to isolate whether this is something that any reputable healer would make use of.
Right. Weird.
What happened?
The host dropped off again, but it's back. But I was trying to move my mouse around on it, and I can see the mouse on one side, but not the other. There's an exclamation point. For some reason, it's not.
Huh. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, the host machine isn't showing anybody else at all. That's weird.
Yeah.
Anyway.
At least from my standpoint, everything looks normal except for the exclamation point there. But
Okay.
it's not like we can't see it or anything.
Yeah, and I can. Oh, there we go. Everybody's back now.
Okay.
Now we gotta get that separate router thing figured up so I can hardwire both machines in again. Sure, go ahead.
Somebody got a 36.
Not good enough for alchemy.
What are we doing?
Alchemy or plant lore.
Jarstakos identified one of the plants as being potentially harmful.
Jarstakos was pulling a plant down. Sevros recognized, hey, you may not want to touch that. That stuff can make you sick.
Oh.
So having the identify.
Missed on plant lore. I hadn't rolled very low. So. Of course, my skill scores are all pretty crap.
Okay, so it sounds like a bunch of misses. All right, let's move on.
Being a shaman, I guess.
Okay, the path behind the building, as you start walking around, it actually comes around from in front. So there's a path that goes into the woods, right? So, and it's wide enough for a cart. Everybody makes a search roll.
Do we need to make a roll? I heard.
Ooh, I made it. Oh, wait, no, that's a scan. Never mind.
I have a normal success again.
Way to go.
Okay, so this path is not new, but it's not really old either. It has had a cart or wagon run over it a dozen or so times, so it's got a little bit of a rut running.
Mm-hmm. Okay. If I was supposed to make a roll, I did. I have a 6.
Okay.
So you specialed your search.
Okay.
Well, it depends on what your search is, but
yes, I did special it.
Yep. Okay.
So do I check search, by the way?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And you can tell that recently there have been a large number of people walking through here.
Oh, okay.
Both directions or just one there? Mr.
I don't know if you can tell that. It's not like it's muddy or anything.
Oh, okay.
Well, we can follow them for a while and see.
Did
Yeah.
What do
we
you
find,
think, Pete?
did we find a draft animal at the building?
No,
No, just a cart without a draft animal.
no cart either.
Oh, I thought you said there was a cart.
No, there's a path that's wide enough for a cart
Okay.
and appears to have had a cart run on it for the last few weeks, a dozen or so times.
Yeah. So the healer got in the cart and left sometime after she was done doing whatever it is with the 25 people. And either they, do we have any indication if they went, are there like people tracks coming down this or just cart tracks?
Darstakos notices that there's looks like a large number of people have been walking this path recently.
Okay. Well, there you go.
There we are going.
Yeah. I think the speculation that others made is correct. That maybe these maybe she got in the cart and they're all following her someplace.
You're gonna
Let's
follow down the path into the woods.
Well, if the
Yep.
chieftain
Okay.
assuming the Severos doesn't say otherwise. We're going to assume that's that works for him and it
You
works
think
for
they
us.
wait? Let's go. Let's go.
All right, move out.
Right.
We have citizens of the fair cure. Let's see. Magic points are covered how? By same as healing?
Time.
It
Although
was
you
the same-
can use meditation to augment that.
So I know we walked to the town and back. How many hours is that? It's a quarter of a day.
You left the town at 5. It's now almost midnight.
So
7 hours.
I can get a quarter of my magic points back.
Yep.
All right, so 3. Now I'm only down 5. Okay. Okay.
Okay. You follow this path. It winds a bit. It's like it may have been like a deer path at one point, but it's been widened because of traffic, kind of thing. And the further in you go, obviously the darker it all gets.
Well, how long does a spirit magic spell last?
A spirit magic spell lasts 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right. So the lantern will wink out.
Yes, it will. Because you guys will spend 15, 20 minutes following this path.
Okay.
When up ahead in the distance, you can see firelight.
Mm.
I think we found them.
You think it would be time to send the fetch out and take a look?
That's what I was
As
thinking.
I'm
Gonna
looking
manifest
at
it?
Yes, please.
Severos. More power.
More power?
Mana. It costs energy to do it.
Oh, you said something about Severos.
Yeah, I was looking at him, but the idea was thrown out that we send a spy up, and I look at Severos. What do you want to do?
I'm going to say I like the idea of, sending the fetch, but that's up to Miriam.
Reconnaissance is always a good idea.
Yes. So is this where, if I have if I have spirit sight, that's when somebody has to leave. Okay. So off I go, fetch.
Okay, cast visibility so the fetch can manifest, so it knows where it is.
I have to cast visibility. So I got to do a power times 5 first.
Mm-hmm. It takes 2 magic points.
Oh yeah. Easy,
Okay.
easy peasy success.
And then the bear lumbers away up the path. Okay, so Miriam, as the bear gets closer and closer, the trees.
I also will ask my intelligent owl to fly in the woods over to the opposite camp, also see what it sees, and then come back. Little one, little one. Detect
Okay,
enemy.
the owl will come back and tell you many 2 legs, most laying down.
Yeah. Most line now. Okay.
And then
It actually has the same intelligence I do.
yeah, but it's an owl.
It has owl speech.
So
Okay.
when the fetch gets up there, you can see that the forest is actually fairly thick through most of this area, but then it starts to thin out, and then there's this wide open area in front, and there's a bonfire burning in the center of this circular area.
Mm-hmm.
There's some kind of barricade maybe on one side, about waist high, and there's a cart on the far end. There's a fellow sitting in the cart. He seems to be watching over everything. The healer lady is behind the barricade, and in a semicircular pattern on the other side of the barricade, the bonfire's in the middle, barricade on one side, semicircular on the other. In fact, I can even draw this real quick.
Yeah, on your whiteboard, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. And
That would probably be helpful.
there we go. Okay. So this is not to scale, right? Got a bonfire.
Uh-huh.
We've got this barricade-like thing. And the far end is the cart with a guy.
That's off the screen.
Mhm.
People laying down.
Those are people laying down. They're kind of curled up in a fetal position. And then there are other people standing up. Go ahead and make a scan roll. And the guys standing up got like spears and weapons and stuff.
I was going to ask if about second sight and if the guy in the cart has a disease. Scan fails.
Okay, the fetch's power is 11, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you can tell the people on the ground have all got disease spirits. Some have 2.
Oof.
The guys standing up do not. The guy in the
Oh.
cart does not.
Oh, really?
It does not, right?
Did I mention the healer was here?
No. I thought
Yes,
said,
you did.
oh, behind
did,
At least I
Yeah.
thought you did.
She's here behind the barricade. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, she said that, but you didn't mark on the map. Are we towards the bottom of the map? Is
Yes.
that okay?
Okay.
So I count when there is fighters, a bunch of people being healed, one guy in a cart. Does he appear up also?
What's that?
The guy in the cart, what does he appear to look like?
He's just a guy. He's sitting in the cart watching.
Probably brought these guys with him.
Are we able to see the all the worshippers?
You cannot.
I'm
Okay.
describing it.
Okay.
They're laying on the ground in a fetal position.
Mhm.
You know, some sort of. I don't think I can hear. Can I? Can the fetch hear and relay sound? Go look up fetches.
I did not remember seeing anything describing that, but since the fetch is a piece of your soul, I would think so.
All right. Awesome.
So the
Okay,
guys that are standing up will
Okay.
be, laughing and singing kind of thing, kind of dancing around in their little spot kind of deal. Make a listen roll.
Okay. Shepherd to the fetch. Oh man, 83. It's not my
And the
day.
bonfire's crackling. That's about all you can hear.
It's my first adventure. See, I'm trying to figure out how to focus. It says here the fetch and the shaman
You broke up. All I could hear was the fetch and the shaman.
It says the fetch and the shaman are fully aware of everything the other is doing.
It's doing. Yeah. But since it's a piece of your soul, I treat it as you. Can you hear? Yeah. So you can hear.
Okay.
In fact, that means it can smell. I need you to me. Big glasses.
The 100 times something. It smells here.
Constitution times 5 roll.
Okay. I fumbled. I don't know if that means anything.
It does.
So how bad is he throwing up?
Well, I guess, yeah, we're both doing it the same.
Well, I figured you fumbled and you were saying, "Do I smell anything?" I just assumed you were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
In
right.
fact, Miriam is going to drop to the ground and begin heaving.
Okay. Come back. Come back.
The bear's trying to come back.
I curl up into a fetal position.
It's crawling very slowly.
I'm retching.
Like, are you okay? Did you get
Oh, the stench. The stench. Oh, how can anybody stand it?
I put my nose in the wrong spot. Oh,
Maybe that's why they're in a fetal position.
Here you go.
Yeah, and some are like on all fours. Others are, their butt in their air, their head on their forearms, kind of on the ground, kind of thing. All kinds of different positions like that.
Oh, okay. All right.
let's see. Oh, that stench. Oh. Now, do I think it smells like the totem? Or a different kind of stench?
Not exactly, but similar.
How can they even stand this? Be around that stink. Oh. It's a good time to roll a 100, right?
Perfect time.
What do you smell?
My goodness.
Well, if we're gonna go fight at that, let's find something to stuff up our noses.
There you go. But they got about, what was it, 6 or 7 fighters. Of course, we got the chieftain and a bunch of fighters.
We had a bunch of guards.
Of course, he might just go in there and say, for them to disperse.
Does the X-Trance make you immune to such things? Just out of curiosity.
I said, the interesting thing is the guards and the healer are not. They do not have disease spirits.
Okay.
So
neither does the guy in the cart.
What's that?
Neither does the guy in the cart.
And the guy in the cart.
But you're saying it's a really bad smell.
Well, something in the air is. Really
all right. Well, and they are not being affected by the smell at all.
They don't seem to be, no.
That's just.
They didn't roll a 100.
That's true too.
With my acute bear nose.
I didn't know you roll 100. What's 100?
Okay, out of character. I rolled 100.
I know it out of character. All right, and there are disease spirits down there.
Yeah,
not 3. There are people with disease spirits.
Okay. All right.
Some people have more. Kind of like those three fellas that we saw in.
Well, we have a couple of options. We can just stand here and watch what happens. We can crash the party and see what happens, or we can attack and see what happens.
Well, I'm inclined to say that there's something suspicious going on. But why are the guards and the others free of disease spirits, but all of the everybody else is not? That's just weird.
Yeah.
Is there a deity of disease?
Yes, there is.
Malia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe they're worshippers of this
Yeah.
disease filth god. They're just trying to gather in new recruits.
We've been kind of speculating that might be the case. We just didn't have any definitive.
Yeah, I don't have any proof of it.
Right.
Hey, Brian.
Yes.
You mentioned earlier that there's a place where the bat dropped a bit of blood. Are we in the vicinity of that area?
Oh yeah, 2 + 2 is 7.
Make it int times 5. Okay, I take it back. The guy in the cart does have a disease. And all the guard guys do have disease as well.
Oh, okay.
But just one. None of them have 2.
All right.
And they don't seem to be affected.
No, they do not seem to be affected.
I fumbled. I rolled a 100. Guys, I don't think we're anywhere near the chaos place. The
It
place
never
where
entered
the
your
bat.
mind. It never crossed your thought.
Okay, sure. That worked. I wonder where we are.
Are you convinced that it was somewhere else? No.
How far in the woods did we go? Are we anywhere near the top? Round top?
No, we're south. We're way south of that. The other side of Horsetown. We turned south when we left the road. All right, we're close to the swamp. Be careful.
Marsh.
Marsh. Yes.
Marsh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, what are we gonna do?
Alexa? Well, does Veranos have any experience with Malia?
You mean Severos?
Is it Severos that came with us or Veranos?
Severos.
Severos.
Veranos is
Okay.
the old man.
Right. Severos. The son.
Yes.
Elmal.
Yes. I have to admit, that bothers me.
Yeah, it bothers me too. All right.
But when you say that, he'll draw his sword, look at his guys, and take off down the trail. Molly, huh? Off they go.
Okay.
Who? What? What just happened?
I will follow.
asked if Severos knew anything about Malia. When he says that, Severos, and then they snap. He goes, Malia. He draws his sword. He looks at his men, and he takes off, and they follow after. They run down the trail.
Oh.
Towards the worship ceremony or away?
Towards the ceremony.
Then we better. Then I guess I will try to follow.
Yep, I'm afraid so. Obviously, we'll want to cast some magic along the way.
Well, as you're running, using 8 strike ranks of movement, that gives you 4 to cast spells in.
Okay.
So quick things like
Two,
strength spells and mobility.
two,
Don't you have I think I have a note here that you have a ring of,
That is correct.
and then Restra has another.
so my
I'll give it-
dexterity strike rank is 2, and I have a 2-point spell. I should be okay.
Yep. And I'll give you 2 rounds to do stuff.
Ah, even better.
2 rounds of 4 strike ranks.
Okay.
Arrestor, what are you doing?
I am casting on the first set. I'm casting coordination.
Okay.
Want me to make the roll?
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Okay. I succeed.
Okay. You got your coordination up. What are you going to do for the second one? Anything?
Yeah, for the second one, I will cast. Let me just see. We'll do. I wish to delay and cast it at the end of my movement and see if I have a target. If I have a target for my befuddle, I want to cast it. If I don't, then I might do something different.
What's the range on the befuddle? Like 60 meters or something?
Yep, good question. Let me see. Ranged. Range 50 meters.
So who took off down the path?
Yeah, you will.
Savros?
Okay.
Stavros, the Tuhumaki.
Okay.
Me.
Yeah,
They took off
the
tomorrow.
guards. Savros, the Tuhumaki, the guards. Jarkros and Arestra. Jarkstakos and Arestra.
I'm going to hang back, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm going to.
You want to do something with so that you can deal with all these spirits before they begin to possess all of us.
I can't do squat. Do I have the power storage crystal that Davin has?
I believe you have not returned it to me.
I don't remember how much power, if any, I used out of it. It doesn't recharge unless you put power into it.
That's
Correct.
I'm guessing I sucked it dry to survive, didn't I? So my bird is going to fly over, land on Arestra's shoulder, and cast 2-point vigor. Or cast vigor.
Dexterity.
24.
Okay. How much damage to do with a claw?
No, he's not attacking. He's
I
touching.
know. Is he going to fly by and flip it with his wing feathers? Or is he going to grab onto his shoulder?
It's a touch
It's got
spell.
all that armor. Don't worry about it.
Damage. It's got a minus D4 damage. So I have no idea what the claw damage is.
Did I not give you any of that information, or did we even discuss all that?
Well, yeah, I got all the
stats?
I got all the stats. Strike rank 3, 7 points of magic. I know 2 magic spells, detect enemies and vigor, but I don't know what the normal claw damage would be and what percent it would be, that type of. So attack percentage, damage range, that's middle block.
Yeah, the damage for the claw is 1d2.
Damage.
D2 minus a D4.
Okay.
So odds are you're not going to do any damage at all because they're used as grab, right? Mice and birds and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, theoretically, I could roll a D2 damage and D1 damage minus damage bonus to wind up with
1 point damage.
a net 1. But the dex strike rank is 0. The strength size is 3. So anyway, strength rank 3. And I don't know what the percentage would be for attack percentage. But anyway, I'm casting a spell, so it's power times 5, right? At the appropriate time.
Yeah.
And then I will follow along, singing a song. I'm not a combat guy.
No, you got to deal with spirits for us, though.
I'm here to buff other people up.
Right. So did you cast Figure on Me yet, or are we still waiting for that to happen?
Oh, power times 5. Okay. Not the first round. Shit.
Okay.
Power is 12, so I need a 60. Yeah, missed it. So birds flying after, chasing you as you run.
Okay. It landed, but it had to get a good steady grip before it could.
Protection. I think that's what I need for protection. Protection as a point of body.
I'm going to go and refill my my drink while we figure out what the rest of the party is doing.
Okay.
Clamor. Increases spirit combat damage. I should have been casting that. Then again, it takes up. All right. Protection. There's a combat. Getting a drink. Okay.
I'm going to have to call and say, my fucking dog. I think I'm sleep from it.
Oh,
You know? No, I have never like that ever, ever, ever. I mean, he was well, he was out of control.
Okay, Arestra. You do have people in range for that last spell. You want to do what? Befuddle, was it?
Yes, I want to befuddle. I wish to befuddle the healer.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
So first I roll to see if the spell goes off.
Yep.
Succeed, barely. But I
Okay.
do succeed.
What is your power?
My power is 16, 1/6.
Okay, roll percentile.
Let's hope I roll like really, really, really low. 29, 29.
Okay. She is befuddled.
Huzzah.
Look, what's going on?
Okay, David.
I am casting, my two spells are mobility and, well, if I make it, then something else. So let me roll those. And that's a failure. And that's a failure. Okay.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
So
Okay.
that's there, Dave.
So when we get into the area, I'm going to. Well, can you share with us what it is that we're actually seeing at this point?
A massive melee.
Okay.
Cerberus and his guys are engaged with a bunch of creatures. Make a. Oh, there's the bonfire going off. Okay. These creatures are apparently brew.
Oh,
Okay. And where's Severos? Which character is Severos?
This is
Okay.
there's the two Humakti, and these others are his guards.
All right.
K Arrestra, Kill Brew.
Cool.
I don't know how much movement I have available, so I will be moving in the direction of Severos so as to support him if possible.
Okay. What do you mean by supporting?
I'm going to get close enough where I can take a swing, but I don't want to get in the way of Restra or our other fighter. So I don't know where I'm at in the line of movement. So if I can engage a brew, I will. If not, I will think about what else to do.
Okay. So this is Severos, right?
Okay.
So could you get here? Yes, you could get here if you wanted.
Okay, I didn't know where I was on the map, so I'm up in front. Okay. So
Well, you're like third.
All right. All right. Well, I don't want to take the place of one of our better fighters. So there's a hex between Severos and the person next to him. No, other side. Yes, I will move to that hex.
Okay.
And later in the round, I'm going to be casting a spell.
Okay. Jarstakos,
Yes.
what are you doing on the run up?
Seeing I recognize this brew, I will show. I
You do
will.
not recognize Brew yet because we're still running up the pathway.
All right, don't know them yet.
2 rounds where you got 4 strike ranks
Right.
twice to cast spells to prep up.
Okay, I will cast Protection 2 and let me check whether how this wood spell does affect me. I may not parry with weapon or shield. Okay. Okay, I don't want to do that yet. Okay, no fanaticism yet. Just protection 2 on me. On what round? The second round, I guess we're moving up, right? If I understand it.
Yep.
I will cast protection 2 on Severos.
Is that a ranged?
Touch. I'm sorry, it is ranged. Hang on. It is ranged. Okay.
Okay. And what's your next strike rank?
Dex strike rank is 2.
Okay, good to go.
All right, so casting. First one for me.
Mm-hmm.
1D. Oops, asterisk first. 100. 51. That's under power times 5.
Okay.
Okay. So I got protection 2 up on Severos. 73. Whoops. My power is 14. I think I missed that one. It's 70, right?
14 times 5.
70. 70.
So I miss on him.
Okay.
I do not spend the points for that failure, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right. And then as far as movement goes, I guess you could put me next to Severals.
We're not quite there yet. This is as far as you can get.
Okay, then that's where I'm at.
Okay, several.
Willie, you want to go outside? Want to go outside, boy? Good boy. Come. Come, son. Come. Good. I understand you were very angry. You guys want to go outside?
Okay. Miriam, what are you going to do on the run up?
I'm just following, but little one is going to cast bigger and try to cast it on a restaurant. If successful, we'll fly over to, Davin and do the same thing.
Did you roll already for a restaurant?
For the first round, not for the second.
Okay, go ahead and roll a second.
Success.
Okay.
So, Restra's got bigger. Now she'll fly over to Davin and do the same. Four plus flying plus.
Not yet. Because we only have 2 rounds. Oh, that's it. No, she missed the first one, right?
She missed the first round.
But got the second one. Okay. So when you get to the circle, what do you want to do?
Hide behind a tree.
Okay.
And
everybody needs to make a Constitution times 5 roll, except for Miriam. Oh, never mind. Miriam doesn't do anything.
Constitution times 5.
Y'all are gonna die of diseases.
I barely fail, but I do fail.
Okay.
Yeah.
The stench of this place is overwhelming. You're at minus 20% to everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Push these things into the bonfire.
David, did you make it? Okay. Miriam.
I rolled a 64 and I needed a 65.
That's enough. Miriam, you are actually at minus 40.
Miriam?
Yep, because of that fumble you made earlier.
Oh, it's lingering?
Yes.
Okay. I'm really hiding behind a tree. Full cover. Got my shield out. If I can heal myself.
Okay. So, statements of intent. A restaurant.
I'm going to attempt to I'm going to attempt to cast the rune spell shield on myself.
Mike,
And
you familiar with vigor?
yeah,
Okay, so 3 points.
shield. Right. Shield, right. And I've got that down to where that gives me 3 hit points and 1 hit point in each location. I don't think shield is, I think it's compatible with vigor. It's not
Yeah, the
compatible.
only thing that's not compatible with vigor is coordination. You cast coordination already, didn't you? So the vigor will not catch.
I did not cast coordination.
You didn't?
Or I cast coordination. Yes, I did. Is that correct?
That's correct. Coordination, vigor, and
I thought
strength
it
do not
was,
stack.
I thought it was counter magic. Let me double check now.
Where does it say that? It's not in the text.
It's not?
No.
Everybody was out.
Shield.
Coordination's got no restrictions and vigor has no.
Right. And shield doesn't say anything about it not being
Here it is.
Yeah.
Vigor is incompatible with strength.
This is
Just
shield.
strength?
Yeah, strength spell.
Just strength?
That's what it
And
says.
under shield, right? And under shield, it gives you 2 points of basic protection and 2 points of counter magic, but it doesn't say anything about not being.
No, it's the coordination and the vigor I was talking about.
Oh, coordination and vigor.
Yeah, they're okay.
Right. I had cast coordination on myself, and he cast vigor on me, and if they're compatible.
My understanding was that body
for
enhancing spells don't stack.
Wow.
But you're right, it doesn't say anything underneath strength, underneath coordination.
Under vigor, it says one strength.
It's just strength and vigor. That is so dumb.
That's weird.
Yeah. And I don't have any notes written down from the errata. Oh, okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Right. So meanwhile, I'm attempting to cast the rune spell shield.
No,
Unfortunately, what I was trying to do, and I have failed my coordination spell, or whatever. I was trying to download my copy of the Red Book of Magic, which I got opened and then closed and lost before I had a chance to look, because I don't know what rune to roll with for shield, and it doesn't say in the regular rule book.
It does. It's an R. It's a magic spell.
It isn't an R though, not in the regular rule book.
Oh, really? Hang on a second.
It is an R.
Okay.
And I was hoping it would clarify it in the.
Well, it says
It doesn't say it's an R because not every cult's got access to it, but it says in the write-up. Varies depending upon the cult.
Yep.
So it's your cult rules, whatever that is.
Okay. Cool. And I can use my death rune to cast it.
Yes, you can.
Okay. So I will use my death rune to cast it, and then I will move towards the nearest opponent to me physically and attack them.
Okay.
With my great axe.
That's the
How many?
first one.
Right. So how many strike ranks is that for me?
4.
Okay. +1 to cast the rune spell? Or does that not use strike ranks?
It goes off on strike rank 1.
Okay. So my great axe would normally go off strike rank 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 and 4, 9. So I go in 9.
Okay. Jarstakos,
Yes.
statement of intent.
Would a air elemental be able to blow away the stench?
Hey, smart person.
If you kept it on yourself, you could blow the stench away from you. Yes.
Okay, but not big enough to blow it away from most of us. It was just me then, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no paste here. That's ridiculous.
All right, so I have to decide if it's worth 3 rune points or not here. Because correct me if I'm wrong. I summon the elemental, but I also have to cast control air elemental.
Yes.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Otherwise, the air elemental will do what it wants to do.
Yep.
All right. Controls 2 points. Summon small is 1. Summon medium is 2.
You only need it small for yourself.
Yeah. But I don't think that's worth the rune points at this point. So, would I be able to use one of my passions or runes to enhance my capability?
Capability of what?
Attacking.
With what?
Well, my rapier
Yes.
or
Air.
my
Air. You can use your air rune to inspire your sword attack skill,
Okay. All right.
and that would take that 20% away.
Okay. Why don't we do that then? I will
Okay.
try to
Go ahead.
inspire my. Let's see. Where's the dice roller? 100. Yes, I have a normal 80, a minus 20, so that's 60, and I rolled a 52.
All right. So for your sword, you're not at minus 20.
Okay.
For everything else, you are.
Okay.
And what else do you want to do this round?
Move up and attack.
What do you want to attack?
Let
This is
me
you.
see.
Can you see you? This is you.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. This is David.
Right.
This
Is
is
that a brew?
Sevros.
Is that a brew or is that a good guy? I'm sorry. Where your pen is pointing, is that a good guy?
This is David.
Yep.
This is Sevros.
Yep.
This is Arestra.
Okay, a restaurant. Okay.
This is a fighter.
Yep.
This is a fighter.
Yep.
All of these things facing them are brew.
Brews. Okay.
The guys out here are brew. They're running your way.
Okay. There, between the two fighters, there is an open hex with a broom that I could possibly fight. It is one, yeah, that point right there.
Okay.
I reach that spot.
4, yep.
All right, put me there, and I will attack that brew.
Okay, add 4 to your strike rank.
Add 4 to my strike rank. Okay.
David.
So I'm going to be casting a hinder on the brew in front of Sevros. I'm going to use my meditation to augment the casting.
Okay.
I'm not sure what time that will go.
How many magic points are being spent?
Hinder, I believe, is 2. Because it has 2 components, 1 for each, right?
Right.
So
Are you
2
going
points.
to enhance it for range, duration, or intensity?
No.
Okay. So 2 plus your dex right.
Okay. So 4. 3.
That's right, went down. Okay.
Plus whatever movement I had to do.
Oh, you're already up there because you didn't do anything
Oh!
for that last one.
Oh.
You're within range.
Okay. Right.
Miriam.
So
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
it'll go in 3. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Miriam.
I'm hiding.
Is your
Yeah.
owl going to do anything?
Animal's going to try to cast bigger on Daphne.
Okay,
So
it's going to need to make
you might
Constitution
recall
times 5.
that I tend to use a strength spell.
Oh, okay.
You know that.
I do know that.
Yes. You
Okay.
do know that. We just talked about it.
Okay, I'll fly over to Jarstakos.
Okay.
Okay, the owl needs to make a Constitution times 5 roll.
The owl?
Yes, it does.
The owl? Okay. Hang in there, Mr. Owl. You're a carrion. You can handle anything. You can eat all these things.
Not this stuff.
Nope. Failed.
Oh, okay. So the owl is going to be at minus 20.
All right.
Okay. So that's all of us, right? Because Sevros and all his guys are engaged. They're just going to attack. And then the excess brew.
Good one. Really good.
Where are my tools? Okay. Everybody got their strike ranks?
Yep.
Strike rank 1. Russ, did you roll for your shield already?
Yes, it rolled.
Okay.
No, I did not roll for my shield already.
Okay, 1.
Roll for my
Roll for the shield.
Right. My death rune is 90 minus 20 for the cinch. I need a 7. And I have a 44.
Okay, the shield goes off. How many points was that?
1.
Oh, okay.
1 point shield. That gives me 2 armor points and 2 counter magic points. And unlike normal counter magic, if it's overwhelmed, it doesn't go away.
Right.
It's just overwhelmed for that turn.
Right.
Right.
Strike rank 2? 3?
Me.
3.
Meditation roll. Success.
Okay.
Spell casting roll. Oh, look at that! Yes!
A 10.
Oh. You get a check mark on that, don't you?
I do.
On what?
His hinder
I cast
spell.
a hinder
And what does that do?
on. Well, you didn't actually read the description, so I don't have it written down.
Oh,
But I believe
the
it's
hinder
the.
I gave you.
Yes. I think it's the opposite of mobility.
I
I think.
believe so as well. Let me double check.
It's movement plus dispel as the. So if I read it correctly, it should be. Let's see. Let's go back to mobility.
Are you sure I didn't give you a copy of that somewhere?
Oh, I can look.
That's okay. It is similar to that. However, it increases the dex strike rank based upon the intensity of the strength of the spell.
Okay.
Because it's sorcery.
Okay. So it's at 1 intensity. You may have, let me see if I can find it. If it was sent to me, it would be in.
It'd be in Discord
Yeah,
under our communication. I would think.
I think you're correct. But just find it.
Take the intensity 2 to increase the dex strike rank by 1. And for every 2 points, it increases it by 1. So you can actually get it up to where they're over 12, in which case they only attack every other round.
Okay. So can we assume that I knew that and would have
Yes.
added the 1 additional point?
Sure.
Okay. And this. Okay. Why can't I find? Yes, I see it now.
Okay.
Each degree of intensity will subtract 1 meter from the strike rank movement rate. Oh, I've got to overcome their magic points.
Well,
So yeah,
that's
my right.
What's your power?
9. So I can slow him down by 1 strike rank and reduce his movement by 1 meter.
Yeah, it's a little different that way too, because they do 3 instead of the 8 deal. So.
Okay.
But I just adjust it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, roll percentile. Power versus power.
35.
That is enough.
Success.
That also gives you a power game check.
Woohoo! More success.
Excuse me.
Hi, Ghosty.
Okay. Strike rank 4? Anybody?
I think the owl does either on 3 or 4, so I do the power times 5 last time.
Remember the minus 20.
Nope, fail.
Okay. Strike rank 5. A bunch of the brew with their one-handed spear attack on strike rank 5. Strike rank 6. Strike rank 7. Okay, on strike rank 7, I got a couple more brew that attack with spears. Okay. Oh, I want to do something. Oh, this guy dies.
What, one of the Hemocti fighters?
One of the guards. Not
One of the guards.
Okay. 8. The brew that David casts his spell on goes on 8. He normally would go on 7. Ooh. He is so close, right? His parry. Oh, he missed his parry, so he got stabbed. The leg. 4. Six, but I think we'd get through his armor. Okay, that's 8. 9?
9, I go on 9.
Okay, you're attacking Simon Services.
Yeah, okay. I swing my great axe with both my hands I have a normally an 81 minus 20 is a 16. I roll a 81. I miss.
Okay. Skittles also goes. And he fumbled, 99. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's just an Magnus. Let me double check his here. He's got stored 85.
Oh, so
Yeah, he's 100. Okay. Ten.
I go.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see. On a 94, a 9, I think is a definitely a special. If I remember correctly.
Yep. 20%. 18 is
A 5 is special, a 19 is special.
Now, is that a impale?
It would be, but I got a special on his field pair.
Oh, he did. Okay.
So special roll normal damage.
Okay. Let's see. Normal damage. 1d6 plus 1 plus a d4. This will be just easier to do on. Uh, 6, 7, 8 points.
Okay, that does not get through the shield.
Okay.
11. Okay, we got a handful of things happening on 11. David and Jarstakos, you'll be able to see this. This brew, who's attacking this guard, her skin is shiny black. She's got 2 weapons. She's attacking with her rapier this round. And she needs to roll. And she hits. He's not able to parry that because that's a blind spot. Actually, would have got a bonus from there. And she does. Not a whole lot, though, does she? No. Nothing. 3 points. That's not going to get through his armor. Okay. Also on 11, this guy with the horns, a restaurant. He's attacking you from the rear.
Okay.
Make a power times 3 roll. Make a power times 5.
Okay. I succeed. I succeeded a power times 3.
You can attempt to dodge.
Okay. Don't have much of a chance at a minus 20, but hey.
Plus your encumbrance subtraction.
For agility, I don't know that there is. I don't have one written. I have it written down for stealth, but I don't see one against dodge.
When you dodge, all of your encumbrance has a subtraction. So what's your total encumbrance?
Okay, 14 and a quarter.
So subtract 14 from your dodge.
Okay, so let's see. My dodge is 39 plus 5 for my coordination is 43. 44. I mean, minus 14 puts me at 30, minus 20 puts me at 10.
Okay.
And I roll a 5.
Okay. Spear slides past you. Okay, strike rank 12. Anybody going on strike rank 12? Nope. Okay, I've got a couple things happen on 12. Oh, the two Humakti go on 12 because they were casting Blade Sharp this round as well as attacking.
Good. So that's his left arm. So this guy loses the use of his left arm. That'll
Okay.
make it harder for him to stab with.
He doesn't get to use his shield to parry with anymore, that's for sure.
Okay, he's got a shield on his one-handed spear.
Okay, statements of intent. Restra.
I am going to cast X Trance on strike rank 1. I'm going to put 8 points of magic into it. And then if I succeed, I will be well above 100%, and I will split my attacks, and I will go on strike rank 6 and 11.
Okay.
And if I don't succeed on casting the spell, then I'll just go on strike rank 6.
Okay. David.
I'm going to cast mobility, and if successful, I will then cast strength. I believe I can get both of those off. Oh wait, you can only do one around, right?
One attack spell around. You can buff multiple.
Oh, okay.
But there is a 5 strike rank separation between different spells. Or the same
Yes,
spell
but-
multiple times.
Yeah. So if I get mobility, that's going to drop it by 1. I should have plenty of time.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll try mobility again.
Okay. Jarstakos.
I will try to cast disruption on the guy in front of me, and then attack him later in the melee round.
You can only make one attack around, whether it's magical or
Magic or regular.
Yep.
Then I will continue trying to hit him with my sword.
Okay. Miriam, you gonna try and do anything?
Well, the owl's gonna try another try at helping out Jarstego. If successful, fly back.
With the vigor?
Yes.
Okay.
So spirit magic is always on strength rank 4, right?
No, spirit magic is on the number of magic points plus your dex strike rank.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so 2. That means it's a buff. I can do it twice, right?
Okay.
And Miriam's going to grab some dirt and leaves and stuff it up her nose. Well, maybe the effects will drop.
Actually, will make it worse because the stench is coming from the soil itself.
Oh,
And the fire and the other stuff that's going on around here.
probably
This is
sneeze
a
it right.
bad place. Okay.
Probably sneeze it right out.
Okay. Have we got the shark ranks figured out?
Yep.
Okay, shark rank 1.
Strike rank 1, my X trans. 90 minus 20 is 70. A 47, it goes off.
Okay. How many points? 8, you said?
8.
So that's a plus 80% on your axe, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. What's that put it up to?
161.
Are you going to split it 80-81 or something different?
No, it's 80-81.
Okay. Shark rank 2?
I'll roll for the owl. Nope. Minus
Shark rank
20.
3, that's right, yep. Daven, what is your power?
9.
Okay, someone is casting a spell on you.
Really?
Go ahead and roll.
66.
Okay, that's not successful. So you take Ooh, 3 points of damage to the 13. It's a destruction spell.
Yep.
"13 is the right arm, 3 points." Armor doesn't protect, right?
Not from disruptions, no.
Okay, and I didn't see where it came from, right?
Well, it's not like a shock bolt or a magic missile. It's just
Okay,
a
just
disruption.
all right.
Now, if you want, take a minute around and look around.
No, I'm not going to take a melee round to look around. No.
Okay, 4. Short rank 4.
Me.
Uh-oh.
I fumbled.
Ow. Low percentile.
This is going to be a 3-round fight.
81.
I'm sorry?
81.
All I heard is 1. Sorry.
81.
81? 81?
Yes.
81. Yep.
Okay. Roll a d6.
Three.
And another d6.
5.
Through the restaurant, a rapier comes flying in your direction and lands in your head.
Okay. Sorry.
The dead foot soldier probably had away. If it's
Okay, strike rank 5. Oh, 4. Sorry, 4.
That was 4.
Yeah, well, still on 4.
Okay.
So Jarstakos and David, if you want to make a scan roll, you can see this too.
Okay. That might work.
Hey, Brian.
Yes.
I did mean to say, and it would have been obvious, that I wanted to turn in such a way that this guy wasn't directly behind me and could attack me without being able to parry.
Well, if you want to continue to be able to attack the brew, he's still going to be inside there.
Side is better than back, right?
Yeah.
He's in back before?
He was, yeah.
Yeah. Like that, I think, is what I had in mind.
Okay. But she attacks with a rapier. Nothing special this time. Okay. Strike rank 5. Strike rate 6.
I swing against the brew on Savros.
Okay.
81 minus 20 is 61. If this doesn't go very well, I won't split it next time. 36. I have a normal hit.
Okay. Mr. Perry, roll location.
Oops. Not location. Location 18. 1-8.
Okay. How much damage?
Ooh. Almost max. 17. 1-7.
Okay, that's going to disable that arm.
This doesn't do his 18s.
Okay. That's going to take this one down. Strike rank 7. Anybody on 7? Okay. Okay. Strike rank 8. Strike rank 9. Strike rank 10. 11, 12.
11.
11.
My second swing on that brew. 60. I roll a 62. I just missed.
Ah. Okay. It is hitting midnight, and I need to go use the restroom. So, anything on 12?
Yes,
Okay.
I had a spell in 3 and a spell in 3 plus 5 plus 2. So, first spell is a success. Yay! So the mobility is up. And the second spell is a strength spell.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Okay.
And that's also a success.
Good
Yay!
to go. Now you can do some damage.
Yes, and move.
And we'll pause it here.
We want to pause or we want to call it a night.
Yes,
Oh, man.
that.
Pause and call it a night. Pause the fight, call it a night.
Okay.
I was going to say, it looks like Peter's about had it.
Holy cow, yeah. I didn't even notice that.
I know
Well,
that.
he's at minus 40, so it's hard to blame him.
Oh,
Yeah. And I know that Bob has been pretty busy. And if I get up early in the morning, then I can go and do something fun. So
Oh, good.